What is going on, door-to-door mastery fans? This is your boy Paul Shakuri here with another door-to-door mastery video. Now in this video, we are going to unlock and uncover the reasons why you're getting rejected at the door, and also, listen up, the reason why you think there's a problem with your pitch and how you should correct it. So let's dive in right after this. So, what's happening, everyone? Paul Shakuri here with another video. Now, in this video, you guys a lot of times probably get inside your heads and say, you know what? I'm not feeling so good today and I possibly want to quit. I want to give up as far as my first hour, my first 10 minutes, or possibly don't have that energy and drive to get out there and knock on a day-to-day basis. Now, this is torturous. This is horrendous. This is something that will paralyze you. This is something that eats into your life as a door knocker, okay? This is something that's common. It's out there. Now, here's the reality. It happens to everybody. Now, on what degree this happens to everybody, that's where things start to turn on this whole process. So what I want to discuss with you guys today is a lot of people come to me and be like, hey, how do I better my pitch? How do I get better at what I say? And what this tells me and what this screams out to me, and you better pay attention to what I'm about to say, because once you start to learn how to correct this, you're going to see a significant increase in the number of sales. Here's the naked reality. If you've been knocking more than a month or even 2 months, anywhere from, let's just say 3 months on, okay, there's different phases that you absolutely have to get through and commit to before you can start complaining about your pitch or believing it's this and that. And let me discuss and talk a little bit about these phases. So perhaps I'm going to start with the person who's starting off as a door knocker, who's never ever done any type of door knocking sales in their career, in their life. And perhaps they've done sales in the past. Perhaps they have no sales experience. This is somebody who's just walking into an office and says, okay, I'm going to go out there and try to make this happen. Well, let's discuss this person and what goes through this person's mind. At first, when they come on into the office, they start thinking to themselves, oh my God, this is going to be a little nerve-wracking. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. And everybody's a little bit different. You have your average sales reps and you have your top-notch, high-level, professional door knockers, okay? This person, the high-level, top-notch, professional door knocker, gets inside their head and says, you know what? I may not know right now how to close a deal. I may not know all my products, features, and benefits, but guess what? I am a hunter, I am a gatherer, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to somehow, you guys know my favorite saying that I like to say, and as a matter of fact, I should probably get that up on my wall. I'm thinking of all these different types of wall arts, but somehow, some way, I will find a way. And that's the start. Somehow, some way, somehow I will actually find a way, okay? When you start putting inside your mind that, listen, things are going to fall into play. Now, things aren't going to fall into play without putting the effort and energy into it, but at least have the confidence and belief that it's somehow, in some way, you will find a way. You're going to start to realize that all I need in my first phase, like my first 3 months, did you hear me? My first 3 months. In your first 3 months, what you absolutely have to do is you have to focus on the process, on getting better at the actual doors. You got to focus on how can I understand what is happening at these doors when I'm knocking on it, getting rejected. You're going to get beat up and you're going to get frustrated that you may get a deal a day, you may get a deal every other day, you may get a deal every third day, you may get a deal every week. The amount of deals you're going to pull in at the beginning is going to be determined based on your work ethic. Listen, the amount of deals you're going to get in the beginning is going to determine based on your work ethic. When you start, the more deals, the more people you talk to, the higher chances you will get a deal. Now, it's true that some people who have this natural sales skill, this personality to be able to communicate and talk back and forth, will reap a bigger reward, will get more sales than somebody who still has to learn and acquire how to speak and communicate at those doors. But the key underlying factor here between the two of them is they both have to work, to grind, to hustle, to get those people interested in wanting to hear more so they can use my teachings of what I basically teach to close more sales. Okay? So you got it in the beginning. That is what is very key and vital. You have to learn how to communicate, how to knock, getting comfortable with the process, getting comfortable inside your whole mind of what it takes to go out there consistently, the emotions you're going to feel. Okay, so this is what's key and very important. And what I'm going to share with you right now is going to be something that is very, very, very freaking important to whether or not you're going to be able to maintain your first 3 months, to even learn this process, to even get comfortable with this process. And we'll talk later on about how to up that to the next level. So I'm going to dive on in here to my other screen. And with my other screen, I actually want to make note of, let me end that one there. Okay, so here you actually have a web browser. And what you're going to do, you see, the reason why people stick in with door-to-door sales, it's because they have a purpose. They have a common goal. They have something they're working towards. And what's that for you? And you're going to hear me speaking about this a lot. So for me, for example, luxury homes. There's something about luxury homes that I just absolutely love, that gets me excited, that when I look at this turns me on. Like living in something like this, and not just living in something like this, because as of today, I could live in something like this comfortably, paying the mortgage. But for me, I want to be able to live in something like this where it is mine and it's paid off. And this is the type of stuff that excites and motivates me every single day to wake up and go out there and make shit happen. And when you start to, in your first 3 months, every single day, I'm talking morning, I'm talking nighttime, start to surround yourself around what excites you. This is just stuff that excites me. It used to be cars, and to be quite honest, I don't care so much about the cars anymore as I used to. So Lamborghini, for example, like looking at exotic cars, what does that do in your eyes? What does that do to your mindset? Like ultimately, what does that do inside your, when you look at these images, when you look at these videos, when you look at these pictures? What does that do? You see, not only did I want to be that, but I also wanted to, be more like other people. And other people such as who? Like Tony Robbins, for example. I look and this guy's on stage speaking, making multi-millions, doing what he absolutely loves. That's who I am. I love teaching. He teaches, coaches, trains people to develop themselves, to bring themselves to another level. That's another thing that excites me. So when I go out there every single day, and in the beginning, when all the realities of me getting frustrated, knocking on doors, not knowing how to, and all that was literally something that I basically had to overcome, I learned early that just getting inside your head that you're going to be the top sales guy is not enough. It's not enough to keep you in the game, because the reality is when you go out there and you start knocking on doors, and then what happens is you start getting rejected from people. You don't close a deal your first day. What's very important is you start understanding the real true reasons as to why you're starting it and keeping yourself personally motivated. By the way, how's your manager doing with you? Don't blame it on your manager. Don't say, oh, because my manager is not an exciting person. Now, the reality is, if you're with an exciting person, and for you managers out there, if you're an exciting person, you like to make things fun all the time, and your team is a team that's go-getter with the go-getter mentality. Geez, there's hours I can talk about this, and I'm just thinking of all these different paths, but let me slow it down for a second. You guys who are not selling like to put the blame on it's because of this, it's because of that, and it's because of this, and it's because of that. The reality is, to some part, it's mainly, not some part, for the most part, it's actually the skills. okay? The skill set. Now, you can bash yourself all you want, but the reality is if you just got started and you're 3 months or newer, you're going to have to, for the first thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to talk to a ton of people to get rid of the flies in the coffin, the dirt in the coffin, whatever you want, the dust in the coffin is what they say. You're going to have to overcome that as your first step. And understand that, like I teach in my masterd2d.com program, there are these steps that do exist. You know, it's if door knocking was so easy, it's just going out there, knocking on a door and saying hi and that's it, you know, why wouldn't everybody be doing it? The reality is not everybody can do it because they're not willing to. Anybody can do it, but they can't do it. The majority of people can't because they're not willing to. Well, what's that will mean? What does willpower mean? Where does willing come from? Well, it comes from being excited and pushed by, more like pulled by something of a greater cause. You must be doing it for some reason. You see, every day I do and show up to my work for a certain purpose. I started and showed up to my door knocking job for 12 years with a bunch of people, as well as I grew my sales team, my organization. You know, at the end of the day, when I had, I'd say the consistent 25 to 30 people after a couple years of really working and building it, how did I get there? That's going through hundreds upon hundreds of people who fell off. But my retention rate was super high for the actual people that I brought in. You see, you're going to have to understand that there is a process in door-to-door sales and you can get better. And your pitch is not the reason why you're not selling, because 90% of whether or not you're going to get the sale is not determined on what you say. It's more along the lines of how you feel and how you present yourself. And this sounds crazy. I know a lot of you may not understand this, but if you ever sold maybe, let's just say 5 to 10 accounts in a week, and then all of a sudden found yourself in an AKA slump, what happens is you're doing things different. You're not asking to get into the house. And it's not the words you use to get in the house. It's that excitement to build that confidence to know that, yes, I 100% can get in and do this. All I got to do is understand, go back to the basics, and actually do it. So figure out what it is you're lacking. And for those of you who are 3 months or newer, are you going to quit and be a statistic just like the thousands of people who walk into offices every single day and say, I could do door knocking, but can you? That's the question. The question is, can you? And you can if you're willing to. And if you're willing to, you better damn believe all the emotions, because we're by default, humans by default, we are emotional creatures, some more than others, and a lot of it has to do with your upbringing, but you need to learn how to control those emotions. And as a matter of fact, I did a presentation on my personal blog, paulshakuri.com, where if you opt into that, you will actually get my free video that I created about emotions and how to overcome that. But at the end of the day, I'm here to help you out as your coach and your mentor. Don't focus too much on what you're saying. Instead, focus on the process. If you don't know the process already, I keep speaking about the process in all my videos on my YouTube channel. Or if you want it all in one place, it's masterd2d.com. That's masterd2d.com. Don't stop procrastinating and thinking inside your mind, oh, I'll get it when I save up enough money. At the end of the day, you got to invest in yourself. Shit, when I opened up a business, the reality is I had to fork out a lot of money. And now I'm proud to say it's a 7-figure business. Where are you at in your actual life? What do you want to accomplish? And if you want to accomplish this, start researching and looking at people and things that make you excited and brew this up. And if that's the case, you will stick through those first 3 months. And once you push past that, we'll talk about that in the upcoming videos. Until the next time, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit that notification button where that bell goes on. And that way, every time I create another video, you best believe it's going to get directly messaged to your inbox. Thanks, YouTube. Thanks, everybody. Until the next time, knock with passion. Peace!